Hi guys. Let's understand how the trauma actually travels in the family. Okay, right? I'm going to explain you how the trauma travels actually. Okay, and 1 second, I'll just share my. Okay, when you have any kind of trauma, and that is going to travel through your family. Maybe you have some trauma that is traveling from your mother or her father or your father or your grandparents. So let's just understand how it travels in the family and more about it. Just like let's say it's you and there is a client who has a trauma in childhood trauma, and she has two sisters and they're three siblings. So he's the mother and father. So what happens is uh, trauma travels from mother or father, or from your mother father, or your father's mother father. Okay, so it is that's called inherited patterns, and you are it get distributed in the family not evenly, it's unevenly. Okay, some kind of trauma may be holding by your other siblings, and you are holding some other. Okay, but all of you actually hold into those trauma, those patterns, and that is actually coming from your mother father or their mother father. So let's understand, if there is in a family there is a father who's maybe control freak, and he wanted everything to go according to him, and the mother maybe she has been shut down, and she feels shame, anger, helplessness, and that as a child you do not have that understanding that it's their problem, but you absorb all those your mother's feelings and your control of your father. Okay, as you all of three of you observe. Sometimes some clients in the family, they observes it more. Okay, so they'll have a troubled life because of those traumas. So why actually a child do that? A child do that out of love because no, at the first thing, the child doesn't have own brain developed, so he or she cannot make sense of everything that is happening around him or her. But he only can do, or she only can do, is absorb into all the energies around her, like what is happening in the family, who's kind of a pressure, who's feeling bad, who's staying small, who's acting small, who's angry. Everything they are observing as a child, they absorb into their nervous system. Let's say if the mother is not well, when the children are small, they absorb into that. They feel the absence of the mother. If there is a absent of mo- father in mother's life, then they also absorb that energy, so they grow up feeling unsafe, okay, unprotected. So because the mother is feeling that, so that's why they're feeling that as a child. So they do not have that filtering system to understand this is that it's that and all. So what is mother is feeling, what is father is feeling, what is the situation of the family, they just absorb to it, okay, everything as it is, and their nervous system um, get trained totally to the atmosphere. Let's say the mother is, if the father is absent and the mother is feels helpless, and the child, as a small child, he or she copies the mother's nervous system. And as a child, she also decided, okay, I have to be, uh, you know, stay small in order to be, a, in order to accepted by my father, because my father loves control. I will be always controlled atmosphere, and he or she chooses that. And the mother feels the anger, the shame, or anxiety, even when the child is in the stomach or outside of it. But mother always connected to the child's nervous system. So the child decided to stay, and in order to feel belonging, she or he also shut down, stay silent. Okay. And that also shows up in their future relationship with money and with their partners. Okay. So this is not a conscious choice by the child, but this is a coping mechanism that he or she has developed as a child. And how to deal with the situation. She try to make a sense of it. Okay, if I'll stay small, I will be nice, I'll be accepted, I will belong to the family. Because most important thing for a child is belongingness rather than anything else. So, as I said, the child can do anything in order to, mm, feel belonging in the family. That I belong to this family. I belong here. I belong to my parents. Okay, that is the most important thing for any child. It's not. Money, it's not status, it's not identity, because this happened when their own identity not been born, when they're very small. So they just absorbed all of it, and they decided without a conscious awareness that yes, I am going to stay, I'm going to act nice, I'm going to do everything that my parents will accept me, and I will be allowed I'll feel belong in the family. So when that happens, so you shut down, you play nice, you do everything that is needed to be done in order to feel that. Okay, so cutting that down, like releasing it, means that it gives a sign to your subconscious that you are no more belongs to that family, and no child wants that. So when you grow up with this trauma, this wound, you know uh, that shows up as in your finances when you grow up, and that will show up in your relationship, because you will always show up some, because here your mother mm, presence is missing, mother love. And here your father's love is missing. So for mother, if you are disconnecting from your inner child, your own, the adult feel that, the inner child feel that, okay, I'm no more belong to my mother. I am just like abandoning my mother's pain, and um no child wants that. Okay, without a conscious awareness, you have no awareness, though you are you're an adult now, but you do not have a awareness about it. Okay, so this shows up when you go to doing a business or building a career, because if you see, money is a form of love and safety, and that safety comes from your mother and father. When you did not receive that kind of safety and love from your mother and father, obviously you are not going to show off fully in your work. And you are, even if you are making money, you're going to lose it, because you absence of it makes you more belonged to your family. So your own is showing up here. without knowing. Okay, you knowing, you are being aware of it. And in relation, you will stay quiet, will show up less, or you will, how it shows up, like you will be a people pleaser. You will show up in your relation as a, you're doing overgiving and then burnout because you are not receiving that much love and safety from your partner. More you are giving. Okay, see, it shows up in both the way. Okay, so this is not even an adult's conscious choice. It is the inner child owned, which is playing out in her or his life completely, and you don't know how to release it. So this is how the trauma travels in your life. Okay, so here there is one more part. When you are with your maybe your pain is not even your pain, it is coming from your mother's parent or your father's parent. You don't know what kind of inner child wound they have, why they are like that, how they are, because of certain reason, like a reason, and we don't know that. So in healing, we go into, through regression, we go inside the father's inner child and mother inner child and understood the patterns they are having, they have been carrying away. It might be from the childhood traumas they are carrying from their childhood, their mother and father. So we need to address it from here so that you can be, once you heal this, what happens? You heal yourself, you heal your inner child, your father's inner child, your mother's inner child, and the trauma bond between your father and their parents, your mother and their parents. So when you decided to do that, you're not even heal yourself, you heal your 7 generations. Any healing work is done is not alone, because this trauma is not yours. It is not yours to carry, but you choose to release it. That can release so many lives that behind you. You cannot even see where that is coming from. So how we do the healing? Through regression, going into the past, into your childhood. Then we do the mother and father inner work, going to their childhood, make them feel safe and seen and loved, and bring their love back with you, and leaving rest of pain and everything suffering left there, because it's not yours to carry. But when you heal, they heal that part of them too, because you have chosen to do that, you know. So you are not abandoning their pain, you are not leaving them, but you are choosing to heal yours and their pain. And also, you are not going to carry, consciously you made a choice that you are not going to carry their karma and their pain and wounds and trauma into your life and then your kids' life. Okay, so the trauma stops there. It doesn't travel once you heal it. Okay, and we do it through inner child healing, regression, and body work. And when you do that, you release so much of karmas that you are holding, which is not even yours. You are not even aware of that you are holding that. So it is a somatic, like body work. Also, it is a very spiritual work, because karma is very spiritual. So once you choose to do that, one person in the family choose to do that, so that they can heal the entire generations behind them. Okay, and this work very deep, and it's like love, very, you do it out of love, because when you heal, you release, and your generations release that trauma from them. Nothing can be more spiritual than this. And this is how karma works. That's how we release the trauma. And that is how you must understand how the trauma travels. Sometimes you say, oh, my parents' life were like that, and my life becomes same. It is same because you are identifying, you're living their trauma, their own, their life. You are not living your life. It's not a conscious choice. All right. Hope this will give you a lot of understanding of how trauma healing works in the family.